Welcome
to the Attention Deficit Podcast.
That wasn't practiced at all.
Not at all. Not scripted.
No, we didn't think about this at all. Let's just take one straight through.
Yep.
That was an Eminem reference. Welcome to anyone who sees this. Whoever, if anyone, for that matter. It could not happen, but this is the, as you said, Attention Deficit Podcast. My name's Charlie.
My name's Willie.
And together we're the... I'm just kidding. Okay, I guess we should start by telling who we are. Like I said, I'm Charlie. I think I speak for both of us when we both are aspiring to be what some would call creatives, you know, just to create things. In specific, I want to create some specific things like big passion of mine is knives, firearms, comic books, you know, a bunch of... Definitely wouldn't put those things together normally, but it's a little bit about me.
All right, I'm Willie. I am a rapper.
And should look at the camera a little bit more.
I don't like talking, dude. it's weird to me.
It is a phone.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Just
yeah.
be like, what's up, guys?
Okay. But I'm a rapper.
You gotta say, what's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
There you go.
I'm a rapper from the Central Ohio area, I guess. And I'm just aspiring to be some sort of creator, whether it's on YouTube, with the podcast, with rap or music in general. That's pretty much it.
You can hear yours like 10 feet away. That's so unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah, should have said that before. We're both from Central Ohio. That's where we are right now, in a secret location. Not really. No, we're in Marysville, Ohio. In our extravagant apartment here.
Parents' basement.
Fuck. Did you think they heard that?
Fuck.
Okay, so we should probably talk about what we expect out of this podcast. To be real honest, personally, I'm not expecting anything for that matter, like at all. It could, I hope of a great many things, but it could be nothing. It could turn out to be a complete bust, and we'll go on living and still trying to do us. But hopefully, somehow get a fan base. Maybe. I don't know. It really depends. It evolves, we evolve, etc. So
my expectations just go as like, so we're doing a podcast for a reason. There's a plethora of reasons but I think it's just to share our opinion on certain views, because there's a lot going on in the world today as a 2018. And I think we're just wanting to voice that to audience, I guess. And I'm not expecting any success out of it, but hoping for sure. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, we're recording / filming this at the same time Donald Trump is doing his first State of the Union. So we are in a world of shit right now.
Yep, it's a wonderful Tuesday night. Kind of late, I guess, but
it's cool. Oh. We gotta be. No, go ahead.
But this might seem a little sloppy, but that's just because it's our first one. I'm sure it'll get better, more professional. We'll know what the fuck we're doing.
Better equipment.
Better equipment.
The whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
If any success comes of this, we will continue to try to improve.
100%.
So I'm not used to being filmed. He's not used to being filmed. He's used to talking into microphones because he's a rapper. His name's Thurl on SoundCloud, by the way. I'm sure he was gonna do that eventually, but I might as well. But I've never really recorded anything whatsoever, so this is fun. I watch a bunch of podcasts. Some things I'm drawing inspiration from personally is the TMG podcast, Tiny Meat Gang. I think we both definitely are. We love those guys. They're kind of what inspired us to do podcasts. We wanted to do one before that, but that really got us like, wow, we should really do a podcast. Another one is Star Talk for me. That's very. I don't think you've ever seen it. Is that correct?
No, I haven't watched it. I've seen clips from it, but I haven't watched it.
It's Neil deGrasse Tyson and Chuck Nice. It's funny, you know. I don't want to plug Star Talk too much, but it's a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it immensely. Everything they talk about, that's a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm taking inspiration from those two things, trying to be both objective, funny, and just state how I feel about things. So.
Yeah, 100%. I want our personalities to show, so I want it to be kind of funny, kind of serious, but not, you know, with the jokes and stuff, you know.
We plan on getting very serious at times.
Yeah.
And we plan on being really, really dumb at times.
Yeah, and like he said, TMG podcast, good old Tiny Meat. And I'm also getting inspiration from the JRE podcast, which is Joe Rogan, and Your Mom's House, which is Tom Segura and his wife.
You want to do Joe Rogan style right now? So what do you think about, you said, no. That was my Joe Rogan.
That was your Joe Rogan.
He's like, so what do you,
I love when he has like guests. He always just laughs the entire time. He never does anything. He just laughs the entire time. It's amazing.
That's pretty great. Yeah, disclaimer way at the beginning for anybody. Like I said, we're going to be getting to some serious topics and not so serious topics. But we personally, we say a lot of cuss words. We say the word retarded. You know, we might upset some people. We're not one of those people. We're not those guys who go out to be politically incorrect. But we will not always be politically correct.
Yeah,
Plain and simple.
100%. I'm definitely politically incorrect, so
Shit.
it's what I don't care. I don't care what people
Damn,
think.
he doesn't even care.
Like-
What a fucking hard ass.
Look.
I'm just gonna take you down on the podcast. First episode.
Okay, that's fine.
Just fucking destroy you.
So
I'm just kidding.
you want to get into some stuff or?
Well, we talked about this before. Obviously, it was not scripted at all.
Yeah.
Nothing. Not even a structure. But we talked about how we want to tell how we got the name Attention Deficit.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Good. You start.
Oh, I didn't expect that. I'm just kidding. Basically, I came up with the name, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We had a lot of ideas flew the past 2 weeks when we were trying to figure this out.
Yeah. A lot of absolutely retarded ideas.
It's
Like,
so stupid.
the best thing was when we had a friend over, and we were trying to think of a name. We've been trying to think of a name for like a month, and we had him over, and he started listing off a bunch of stuff, and we were like, "Where are you getting this stuff from?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just reading off Spotify." We were like, "Oh shit, we should probably do that too, just to get inspiration." And so we started just naming off random shit. Like, anything specific Spotify, like when you were naming? Thinking?
Like, just a lot of song names, obviously. Like, I was saying, like, Broken People, Deadbeat, just, there was a lot. There was so many that we were throwing out there at the time.
Absolutely retarded.
We were pretty much just saying something until it made sense.
Yeah.
And then none of them really made the cut.
We had a couple, our first one we were set on was Quality Control. That one wasn't, I mean, we liked it just because, I don't know, we're arrogant. I don't know, but we thought we know what quality is. So we were like, well, let's do that one. And I looked it up to see if it was actually a podcast, and it turns out it is. It is a podcast. So we were like, no, we don't want to have that name, especially a podcast that's probably forever far more successful than ours. So then we would just be lost in that. So I was like, well, we should probably do something else. And we were like, oh, fuck, yeah, okay. So then we started naming off songs and a whole bunch of shit. And I remember I was driving home, and I sent you one, and I was like, what about Midwest Express? We're in Ohio. And it was absolutely retarded. But it's funny because I got the name because there's a company, I don't know if it's a fucking big company or anything, but I know there's a company called Midwest Express in Marysville that I know a few people who worked at / work at now. So I was just like, that sounds cool, Midwest Express. And then you were like, no. You're like, I like the Express, but no.
Just sounded kind of super cheesy, and I was
Well,
just
considering it's from our town,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I was just like, it's kind of a cop out, but and then we were flowing through ideas through the Spotify thing, and one of the ones Charlie said was "Hey Asshole." That was the first one that we thought about.
Watsky.
Yeah, it's a Watsky song, and
Plugging Watsky, all the 6 listeners.
yeah, and basically we were like, yeah, that sounds pretty good, and then we kept scrolling through, and I was like, what about Uptown Girl, like the Billy Joel song?
And we love Billy Joel.
Yeah, he's great. Just plugging everybody right now. But,
was I the one who said it? What we're obviously going into, Uptown Girl.
yeah.
That was me.
Cause so we said Uptown Girl and we started singing it because that's what we do.
Oh, obviously.
We love Billy Joel, and and then we got to the White Bread World part, and we were like, that's funny for a few young millennials like us. It'd be really funny, and so that was on the short list.
White Bread World Podcast.
White Bread World Podcast.
Fucking dumb, but
it's so stupid,
so
but
funny.
so yeah,
It's
great.
pretty accurate.
And then he suggested attention deficit.
And I think that just stemmed off I have ADHD.
Yeah, and I'm sure I have some form, like not 100%.
Dude, you can't.
You're right.
You don't
I've
wanna
self-diagnosed on Google many of times,
just-
and it says I either have ADHD or cancer, and
it literally always comes back to this. Guys.
but yeah, and attention deficit, without the disorder, and it just ended up sticking. And today when we were talking about it, we were just like,
We finally got everything. That's another thing. It was such a pain in the ass to get
such a
everything
journey.
that we needed to do this podcast with spending the least amount possible. It was such a pain in the ass. So today we finally got every single thing we needed, or we wanted per se, and we were like, okay, we'll just go with that one because that one was the top of the short list. So we just have to.
Yep, and now here we are talking about multiple topics per episode, as you do with attention deficiency.
It's terrible.
Thank you.
Just kidding. It wasn't not as bad as I made it sound. But let's talk about the cable situation. The reason it took us so long
Okay.
to get everything we wanted.
Yeah. So
We had the microphones.
yeah,
We already had both microphones,
we have both mics because your boy's a rapper, and
as you know.
and
What's the name? Go ahead. Correct.
but
Dora.
but and
Sponsored by.
so
I'm just-
we're not, but
no sponsors. That should be fair.
we have two mics, and I have my mixer interface thing that has one microphone plug-in. So we had to find a cable that split, so like a headphone splitter, but for microphones, so we could play two microphones at once. And
That is the most pain in the ass thing to get in the entire fucking world.
Yeah.
Apparently.
so I went.
First thing we did is go on Amazon
Yeah.
to look, and we found it. We were like, okay, here it is.
Yeah, that was the first thing. We went to Amazon, and we were like, oh, we could probably find it, Yeah.
We were like,
And-
we don't want to wait on shipping.
Yeah,
We'll
we
just
don't. Yeah, we don't want to wait because we wanted to start the podcast 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, we were like ready mentally.
and then I went to Best Buy and they didn't have it, but they told me to go to some place called Sam Ash, I believe.
What is Sam Ash? How did they put that on a sign? Just kidding.
But
Can you spell that? Use it in a sentence.
yeah, it goes and then
Oh,
yeah, but
is that English?
yeah,
You're just like, yeah.
That's how we clear burps in America.
English is only used.
Yeah.
Okay.
English is only used in America, obviously.
We don't need Canadian language.
But I went to Best Buy. They told me to go to this place called Sam Ash, but that place closed in 5 minutes and was 10 minutes down the road. So I was like, oh, fuck. Can't
He was
go there.
alone at this point, obviously.
Yeah. And and then the next day we went to Micro Center, right?
Was that the next day?
Yeah, I think it was the next day because we went to go to the Sam Ash place. And then
No, we went to
Micro Center.
Sam's Club.
We
We
did
stopped
not
at
go to
Sam's
Sam's.
Club. No, what was it we stopped at? What store was that? Because we looked at your little football thing.
Oh, Hobby Lobby.
We
Yeah.
stopped at Hobby Lobby, and I was like, is there anywhere closer? Because I think I had something to do. I was going to go over to my girlfriend's house. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But I looked it up on Google. I was like, oh, electronics store. Because I assumed. He was like, there's no electronics store that's going to have it. There's no way you're going to get on all that. And I was like, well, let me just look. And then I was like, there's a place called Micro Center. And it looks like a pretty safe bet. And it's pretty close compared to
Mm.
whatever, Sam Ash. So we went there instead after Hobby Lobby. And that place had fucking everything. Everything.
I loved it. It's insane.
We were there, we were looking around, we were like, oh, wow. They even had the chair PewDiePie has, which has like a little pillow and like, can you do this? The whole thing. I sat on it and I was like, oh, God, this is fucking worth it.
It's fucking
It was
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I was like, that's the single most amazing chair I've ever been in my. It was amazing. So it was amazing.
Amazing.
Anyways, so we were looking around. We found exactly what we needed. We came home, plugged that bitch in, and it turns out it was complete wrong shit. We had XLR cables, which I came to find out because I didn't know anything about XLR cables. Have male and female, and the thing that plugs into this is one of those two things.
Is
the
the
thing
male.
that plugs in
Male.
this. Okay, so the male plugs in this, female plugs into.
Yeah.
The female plugs into the interface, and to get the splitter, we needed one female and two male.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, we got the opposite of that, and so we were like, "Fuck, because we had bought it and we didn't save the receipt or anything. We were just like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" And
Yeah,
we just
fuck.
and just stuck it in and everything, and we are just like, "Okay, that's shitty." So we went 2 days later to go back to get the right one. Went there, they did not have it. This place that had everything did not have it at all. And so we ended up getting a, what is it called? There's like an amp thing.
It was XLR to 3.5, not 3.5. Fuck. 1/4 inch.
Is that
1/4 inch.
Is that what you're working with?
Yeah.
1/4 inch, ladies.
1/4 inch. What's up? But,
I would have changed my contact shit in my phone.
just
It's
1/4
gonna
inch.
come up and like, I'd be like, "What's up, 1/4 inch?" Or I'll let people, my grandma, and it'll come up and be like 1/4 inch, and it'll have your face. She'll be like, "Why is he called that?" I'm like, "I just, it's gonna name."
But so we got a 1/4 inch to XLR, hoping that I could plug it into the guitar setting on my mixer. Turns out that wasn't entirely possible.
Because we looked it up and was like, "Yeah, you should do this," and there you go, it works. And
Yeah.
it just didn't.
Yeah, and it didn't work. So
We fiddled with it. There's only so many buttons on the thing, so we know it definitely did not work.
yeah, and this is after a week of looking for one cable. Just one, which is just fucking stupid. But and then we finally just went on Amazon and ordered it, and finally it came in today, and we were like, "Hey, let's start our little thingy." A little thing. I'm like sweating talking about this. Like
Are you
it's
sweating?
pissing me off. No, I'm not sweating. But I'm just saying.
Oh, you just
yeah.
because the frustration.
Yeah.
It wasn't immediately
Building-
available.
Building in my bones. Yeah.
The frustration building in my bones,
Like
dude.
fucking calcium, bro.
It's like fucking bone marrow, but frustration is dead. It's like all up in there.
It's fucking ugh.
You know, it's
real.
like
It's making me all tight.
anyways. In a part of the not scripted show, we were going to talk about the Grammys, which were
The Grammys.
2 days ago,
The Grammys.
Sunday night.
All right. Okay. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna look up who won so we know everything. Starting, I know what we're gonna start with. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
The record of
stupid.
Can't spoil it,
I didn't spoil it.
dude.
I'm sorry.
Let's move on to the next one. I'm just kidding. If you know what won record of the year, it's 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars, which really just makes me like I didn't have faith in the Grammys before. I just assumed they knew what the fuck they were talking about because they're a music thing. And the fact that Bruno Mars won with this stupid ass fucking are those the nominees for song or
Record is a song.
okay.
Yeah.
See, I thought okay.
Yeah.
My bad. Oh yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
I can't redo that.
Okay, fine. But so the nominees for Record of the Year was 24 Karat Magic, dumb. Redbone, Despacito, The Story of OJ by Jay-Z, and Humble by Kendrick Lamar.
Now I haven't heard one of those things. Story of OJ. Have you heard?
I have
Story
not
of
heard that. I've never heard that.
Should probably listen to that as soon as we can. It's Jay-Z, new Jay-Z.
Yeah.
We're both moderate at minimum fans of Jay-Z.
Yeah.
He's definitely put us some.
I listened to the one about I'm sure a lot of it is. It might have been The Story of OJ. It was about cheating on Beyonce and shit. Where he's like in the confession room in the video. It's interesting. It's a really interesting song.
Was it a good song?
Yeah, it was
Whatever
good. It was
song
good. It was definitely good.
Like really good?
It's pretty good.
Hmm.
I would say. Yeah.
Like really pretty?
No, just pretty. Just pretty.
Just pretty. Just pretty good.
But so first one being Redbone.
As soon as you just pulled that out, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Redbone came out in 2017?
Or I don't know.
Does it?
Yeah, it was definitely 2017. Most definitely.
I just remember sitting in there listening to it with Brad, and I think it was you, or it was just Brad. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But I played it, and I was like, what the fuck? Huge Childish Gambino fan. Huge Childish Gambino fan. I fucking love Childish Gambino. And I was very disappointed. Redbone, some people like it, and I've since warmed up more to it than I did. I was just expecting, my bar was set here, and it hit me here. And I was like, this shit sucks.
Yeah.
Like, this is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And when you compare it to, like, Bonfire and That Power, and just crazy ass 10 out of fucking 10 songs, especially, like, rap. That's not rap.
Yeah.
It's definitely not
100%.
So, it's like, it's not a fair comparison, so I've since calmed down. I was just really disappointed.
Yeah. My thing was that Freaks and Geeks is, like, one of my favorite songs ever.
Hell yeah.
It's amazing. Amazing. And then he comes out with Redbone, and I was like, shit. Like,
Daylight.
and then it
You remember that?
Yeah.
All those memes with the it was like blankety blank, but Redbone, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Or was Redbone, but
Yeah,
by
Redbone, but
blankety
blank.
blank or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
And one of them was Kermit, and it was
Daylight.
fucking hilarious. Like,
Fucking
it was
so
like,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, however it goes, and he's like, Daylight. And it was fucking hit us, and we died. But anyways, starting with Redbone, obviously, I talked to a lot of people, and they fucking loved that song.
I don't understand. I don't get it, but
Well, compared to the rest of the list,
yeah, for sure, 100%. Compared to the rest of the list,
if I were to have to
would
put
say-
it against 24 Karat Magic, I would rather hear Redbone on repeat 24 hours
yeah,
than
same.
listen to 24 Karat Magic.
Same.
Like,
That's
it's,
I can't
I'm
believe.
not-
I just can't believe it won.
I've actually been a fan of Bruno Mars for a while. Like, I like his stuff. Obviously, his older stuff. No, go back. What are you doing?
I'm just opening up this one for the next one.
But I'm not done discussing this one.
You could still think about it.
I don't
It's
remember.
okay.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, Redbone definitely better. Then the next one was Despacito.
Yeah.
I think out of all those there, that should have won Song of the Year. That or Humble.
I think Humble 100% for musically. Like if you're a Grammy judge and you're sitting there thinking about the musical composition and
Is that
all
the one
this,
that's like, I got?
No.
Okay,
no.
which one?
It's the one
how
that's
does it
like,
answer?
bitch, sit down,
Okay.
be humble.
See, I've
Yeah.
listened to those. I'm not a Kendrick Lamar fan, and I'm not a fan of his sound. His literally the way his voice sounds. I'm not a fan of, but his music is good
Mhm.
for the most part. Obviously, his bad tracks. Everybody's got bad tracks.
I think if we're talking lyrics and just music all around, Humble should have won.
Well, the thing is, Despacito. Fuck Justin Bieber. He added 10 seconds to that song
Yeah.
and got a huge amount of credit for it. But without him, it would not have been number one, let alone in the number one spot for I think the most consecutive weeks.
Definitely
not-
in America.
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
100%.
Well, Puerto Rico is in America,
Okay.
which a lot of people forget. Apparently.
Yeah, apparently some of us are fucking stupid, but yeah, I'd say Humble out of all those. I haven't heard the story of OJ, so there's that.
I would say Despacito of the ones I know, just because Humble is a. There's a reason pop songs dominate all the charts
Mm-hmm.
because they're catchy. Everybody loves them. You know, this, that, and the other. And so when you think of song of the year, you're not going to choose a niche song.
That's
and
true.
rap is very much not a niche anymore. It's like everybody, like so many people like rap. Whether it's Eminem, controversy. Whether it's Eminem, whether it's Kendrick Lamar, Future, Quavo, etc. There's like, I'd say 1 out of 3 people like listen to rap quite a bit now.
Yeah, that's
It's
good.
It's
good.
crazy from like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It was like, if it was 1 out of 10 people, and they wouldn't talk about it that much.
Yeah, back when everyone was listening to like fucking alternative rock and was like rap fucking has no heart, and everyone's
When it was like 5 years prior to that,
Everyone's
rap
fucking
rock was huge.
slitting to their wrists and shit. Like,
Whoa.
whoa.
But no. Story of OJ, I'm sure it's good. Do I think it obviously didn't do very well comparatively
Mhm.
to any of those,
Yeah.
including 24 Karat Magic. But I'm sure it's good. I don't know.
All right.
We're going to move on to Album of the Year.
Album of the year.
Also won by 24 Karat Magic, which is fucking cancer.
Gosh, so stupid.
I've listened to that album because my girlfriend really likes it. I've listened to it a lot.
Mm.
And I complain half the time, probably. I tried not to, but it was really hard because I thought it was garbage. It was just all like, it was very sexual. It was very like, I'm a man, you're a girl, let's talk about how you're a girl and what I'm going to do to you. And like, and it's supposed to be like, oh, it's sweet, oh, it's finesse. Ooh, no, fuck off. Fuck you, new Bruno Mars. You're so fucking annoying. You used to have like feeling. And this is not feeling. This is pure physical attraction.
Yeah.
That's all you're singing about. And that gets on my nerves when it's fucking 12 tracks in a row, or how many was on the fucking album. So, obviously, neither of us agreed that should have won Album of the Year.
100. Yeah. So the other nominees were "Awaken My Love" by Childish Gambino, 444 by Jay-Z, "Damn" by Kendrick Lamar, and "Melodrama" by Lorde.
Neither of us listened to Lorde.
I'm just very surprised that she's on this.
I remember hearing about, like, it was a big deal. People said it was good.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, if it's on this list, it should be good at least. But
24 Karat Magic won.
You're 100%.
You know,
true.
I could probably say, without listening to any song on the Melodrama album by Lorde, that is probably better than 24
I mean, she's good. She's good, like herself. So
what I think out of all those should have won is Damn. I don't even like it that much.
it has
But it definitely was the most popular out of any of those except for 24 Karat Magic.
yeah.
Definitely, I think
It definitely-
24 Karat Magic
I think
was
it
more
was-
popular, but
They must have just been like basing it off of popularity this year because
entirely. Even then, though,
Yeah.
Despacito.
that's true.
was
It was
I would
like
have said is
number
more
one
popular than
all year. Yeah.
It was like ridiculous how fucking locked down the number one position. I remember hearing Despacito going in the 365th week of number one. It is rated the best. It is now the U.S. national anthem. Everybody stands. Nobody sits anymore. Like it's like what the
Nobody sits.
I don't understand.
yeah,
How was that
the-
popular? I liked Despacito. I honestly did.
Yeah.
And I have a few Puerto Rican friends, and you know, obviously they're like, yeah, Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Like that's great.
Yeah.
that was a thing.
But I agree that Kendrick should have won.
Like
for this
as far as
one.
an album goes,
Yeah. Especially.
I know more
actually
songs on that
hearing it.
album than any of the other ones,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
100.
I don't listen to it. That tells me something.
444 by Jay-Z, I heard is quite a listen, but
Well, that's the one with Story of OJ on it.
yeah. It's his new one.
His new one. But so we both agree, Damn should have won that. From what we know, we haven't heard Melodrama, but we can assume. Oh fuck! What the fuck is this?
Song of the year.
Wait, what? We just record.
I guess a record is different from a song. I don't know. But song of the year. That's what I like. The
That's
Bruno
fucking
Mars.
cancer.
So stupid.
How did you sweep the Grammys with zero talent? Which is not true. I think Bruno Mars has a shit ton of talent,
Yeah.
and many a factor. Just, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't like any of the style he was
Just-
going.
What really makes me mad is the nominees. The nominees are Despacito, 444, Issues, and 1-800-273-8255.
I'd rather hear Issues a million times than That's What I Like.
I like that song.
That's what I like.
I like Issues 100%. That's what I like.
It's good for a pop song.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
that's
like,
what I'm saying. Like
you know,
as a pop song.
I got issues. Repeat,
Yeah,
repeat,
but
repeat.
Out of
repeat.
all of these, the one that should have won.
Obviously. The one with the most important message. The one with the best artist, bar none. Okay. Jay-Z is on that list, so I can't really say bar none. But the best... It was the best song. It had the
Yeah.
best message, best sound. It was on the fucking radio. It had a really fucking good rap verse. It had a really good not rap verse. It had a super strong message. I cried listening to 1-800-273-8255.
It's just so.
It hits you.
It hits you. It's like so relatable and emotional.
And it's fun. I've never had
I don't know.
a point
That
in
pisses me
time
off.
where I need to call that phone number, but I connect with it. I remember I heard the song like 30 times before I cried to it, and then I was singing it because I learned all the words, and I got to Khalid,
Yeah.
his verse at the end of it, or his, what would you call it? Would it still be a verse if it's not rap?
I'd call it more like a outro, kind of like an outro.
His
'cause-
little tidbit in the song.
Yeah.
And I sung it, I wouldn't say exactly like him because that would imply that I have a damn good singing voice. But no, I sang it like he did, and it was just really emotional, whatever, you know. And I fucking bawled randomly.
So bad.
I didn't expect it. I was just like, oh shit, dude, I don't want to die. You know, it's like, it was insane. By far, we're huge Logic fans, first of all, to be fully, clear. But damn, that song was great. And the Grammy performance, as well as what performance was it when he did it before?
The VMAs.
He did the borderline same thing at the VMAs, which is fine. That's fine. We're gonna talk about that for a minute, but it was great. I'm sure it was great to watch, and he said an elongated, more refined version of the same speech he gave,
Mhm.
and it's an important message. It's a hugely important message. And this one, he broadened it a little to be more political, and he included "We're not all shitholes."
You're not all shitholes.
And he was referring, obviously, to the Donald Trump thing, where he was
yeah.
talking about the shithole countries.
Yeah.
And he's trying to make a message that, everybody's important.
Yeah.
That's his whole album.
And-
Everybody,
Yeah. And like even in the performance, he brings out suicide survivors
Mhm.
and people that have attempted, which is just like that in
It's
itself
powerful.
is like
It's very powerful.
emotional.
He's
Like,
very
yeah.
much trying to get he's not being like, we should talk about this issue. He's like, I'm gonna make you talk about this issue,
Yeah.
and that's impressive.
The fact that like the issue isn't really spoken on that often, and then that song came out, and then everyone was talking about it. That, like, when you change the way something is spoken about, is like, you should win Song of the Year 100%.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, he not only brought attention to it, he completely changed the conversation. Exactly what you said. It was perfect. He completely changed the conversation. If you can do that with a song, you should definitely at least be awarded. Like, come on.
yeah.
Nah, that's what I like.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
So
what
it's
is
so
this?
fucking
We're gonna move
stupid.
on.
Do you care about the rest of it?
What is this topic?
Best new artist, best pop solo performance. The rest of these I kind of just. Do you want to talk about the rest of them?
How long have we been going?
40 minutes.
Oh, we're getting good. Okay.
Yeah.
What was the next thing we were talking about?
Mark Sollings?
Bring
Okay.
his shit up. So this is in the news today, I believe, right? This happened earlier today.
Yeah, I think it happened today.
It either happened today or like last night or something. A man named Mark Salling, having a hard trouble saying his last name for some reason. I don't know why, but he is a Glee actor, former Glee actor. I guess committed suicide last night or today. He was 35 years old. He was also about to be sent to prison for child pornography. So we just wanted to talk about how we feel about all of that.
Yeah, getting in the serious topics now. Mark Salling, child pornography, died.
Let's take it in the factor. Let's look at it. Someone committed suicide. We were just talking about.
Okay, yeah.
1-800.
No, committing suicide is horrible. But
I don't feel like there's much.
it kind of
people
just
who would
goes back
disagree
to
with that
the
point.
yeah, like suicide is horrible. Like that sucks. But at the same time, you're like kind of a horrible person as well. But I'm not saying
Definitely
that.
not kind of a horrible
Yeah.
person.
Definitely a
Porn,
horrible person.
You're a pedophile.
Yeah, like and
My opinion, a pedophile.
it kind of just seemed like he didn't want to go to prison. Like it was like a Aaron Hernandez type deal thing.
Like easy way out.
Yeah, like easier than going to prison is dying.
What? How much? What was he sentenced to? Like what? How many years? Because I know it couldn't have been that much.
20 years.
50,000 images on his computer of child. I think it was just.
Was it? It's child porn. So
Well, it was just like images, but that's still pornography.
yeah.
But
So it's like
obviously,
naked kids.
with all things, there are different levels of pedophilia. All of that.
Mhm.
You know, actual child rape is on a completely. It's the same coin, the other side. Then I got pictures.
Yeah.
It's not to downplay it. That's illegal for a good reason. I think, in my opinion, it's you're a fucking terrible person.
Mhm.
Do I think you should be immediately killed because you have pictures? No.
Yeah, I don't agree.
But on the other hand, say it comes out he did blah blah blah.
It's like what Philip DeFranco said. I don't feel bad, but I'm not happy about it,
Yeah, we're not happy someone died.
Yeah.
I'm not happy someone died. Someone dying always sucks because even if he was a pedophile, there's somebody who cared about him. But he's still a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. I mean, the guy probably still has a mother, I assume.
Well, he did.
Yeah.
If his mom's still alive or not.
Yeah, 100%. So it's like, I don't know. I don't feel bad for him because
It's like just because you're a shit person doesn't mean your parents stop loving you.
yeah.
It's that simple.
And
Family members.
and to take that route to be like, I don't want to go to prison. I'm gonna get fucked up in there. It's just kind of like I'm sure it's cause either
you
he's
calling him a pussy? Pussy? Are you gonna say it?
a little bit. Yeah, he's kind of a pussy, but
You think so?
yeah, but not because he committed suicide. I think it's more so that like it seems like he just didn't want to go to prison, unless there's some
No,
information.
he wanted to go to prison, dude.
Unless there's
He was
some,
one of the fucking 6 people who were like, yeah, prison.
unless there's some information I don't know about him that like he was, he's obviously fucked up somewhere in the head. So I don't know.
I think that's a given. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like saying this stuff is like
It's
Actually,
hard. It's hard
putting
to
it
talk
out
about,
there is hard. Like
especially putting it out
Yeah.
there. Like you just called a dude who committed suicide a pussy.
yeah,
I'd agree with you.
yeah,
So it's like, I don't know. It really comes down to personal beliefs. Pedophilia, I think, in everyone's eyes except pedophiles, is a bad thing.
mm.
Like I said, there are different levels to it, as of most things. So, I don't know. It's different. It's a different situation. A pedophile committed suicide.
I think
today.
some.
Well, we lost a person.
See, and
but we
there's
didn't lose
somebody
much.
out there sitting on their fucking couch and just being like,
We're on a couch.
I
Are we
understand.
those people?
No, but
Fuck.
if he's like, there's somebody out there that's like, yeah, fucking, he should have died. Like, which
Dude,
is
I'm glad he
fucked
killed
up.
himself. It's just
Which is like,
fucked up.
yeah, that's fucked up. You shouldn't be glad that somebody died.
Yeah,
Unless it's
that
like,
really shows. That really reflects on you. You don't value human life. He's still human.
yeah, unless
He was less of a human.
yeah,
But it's definitely a hard topic to talk about because you're not really. It's hard to process where you stand on that because it's such a mixture of feelings.
mm,
Especially we're talking about 1-800, how it's a big fucking deal.
yeah,
Suicide is in the country and
It's
the
like-
world.
yeah. It's at. I feel like it's at a high right now, because it's so. We hear about it so much, and
Yeah, we both have friends who've just
mhm.
who made that decision. So it's like it's not an easy thing to just accept.
Mhm.
It's rough, but
Yeah, it sucks, and almost being through it is like just it makes it that much more, and I can't imagine what what some people feel, and I don't
Mhm.
know. It's just horrible that there's somebody out there that's like, yeah, fucking
dude,
let him
this
hang, like
fucking yeah.
yeah, like holy shit, like
That's a little fucked up.
that's how much hatred there is in the world today, like and
All right, what time are we at?
43 minutes.
Were we at 40 minutes?
What? It was like 38 or something.
Okay,
like
I was
that.
about
Yeah,
to say, I was like, are you fucking kidding? We just spent 3 minutes talking about
yeah.
So we have time. We weren't sure whether we were going to, but we're going to talk about the XFL.
Oh, good old Vince.
Good old Vincey, I forgot his first name when I was on the phone earlier. I was like, Mr. McMahon. That's what I called him. I was like, Mr. McMahon.
Mr. McMahon from the
That's his
WWE,
fucking
bro.
name in the
But-
fucking video game.
Yeah.
Where it's like Mr. McMahon. Like, you unlock him and he like wears a suit in the ring and shit.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah. No, but
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know, the XFL was a thing in, I think, 2000?
early 2000s.
Yeah, early
just gonna say.
2000. Vince
Around
McMahon,
that time, a lot of NFL competitors were trying to burst through for some reason or another.
Yeah. And it was like WWE was huge, probably in its best position that it's ever been in. And
You think?
yeah, except for now, like it's much more popular now, but I think
I think the
I think at
popularity
the
has
point it was
gone down comparative to the percentage-wise to the population. I don't know if these are facts or not, but like the population's gotten bigger, so
Yeah, yeah.
they have gotten bigger
that's true. That's
with
true.
audience growth. But I think their growth has gone down, or at
That's
least
true,
their
yeah.
ratings or something. I
Definitely.
have no idea if that's actually
But,
true,
um,
but I'm assuming just because the quality.
But so Vince McMahon dropped the XFL to compete with the National Football League. I don't know why I just said all of it.
He
The
didn't- he
NFL,
didn't-
but
I don't know about that. I don't think he did it to compete with it because it was very, 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 very different from
it was very bad as well. And but,
we were watching some of the old shit. It was terrible.
yeah, they said
I wouldn't have watched it. I was
But
like,
he
"Oh,
said back then it was to compete to the NFL, whatever. But he called it at the time, just to give you a hint of how bad it was. The Extra Fun League is what XFL. He said.
we're
Extra
starting a thing called the Extra Fun League. Like no,
where
sir.
he just wanted to take all the fun from what football was and put it into one thing, but it all ended up just being kind
and
of
mix it with completely written things.
yeah, just kind of like take a
stage,
WWE take on the NFL,
which
like,
is
is super bad.
You
You
shouldn't
should
take
not
a
be.
WWE take on anything but WWE.
That's very true.
That is exactly
That's
where
very
it
true.
should be. But moving on, he released a whole announcement. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it.
And it's
I'm
the
not gonna lie.
XFL. He's rebranding it. The whole thing's going to be completely different. And it's going to be, this time it's going to be real, he says it's going to be a real competitor to the NFL. He said it's going to be quite a bit different, but at the same time, it's still going to be football.
Mhm.
It's not going to be scripted. I assume. Did he actually say that?
He didn't say that.
He didn't say that.
He
word
didn't say
for word.
that, so
He
let's
didn't
not
say that
assume.
verbatim. So,
But
so it might
they
be
might have
scripted.
segments that are,
Why?
I don't know, just because
Fucking annoying.
skits are nice. I don't know.
Are they? Have you ever seen?
Not in that
Have
situation.
you ever
no.
seen a single WWE skit? Except when you were a kid and you were fucking into it. You're like, ah! You know, but have you ever seen a skit where you're just like, this is really good. This is necessary. This should be here.
No.
Ever. For the
No.
NFL. I have never.
Yeah,
It is all
no.
garbage.
Yeah. But basically, from what he's saying, he hasn't said that anything about a script.
He hasn't made much of an announcement at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I
He
guess
just-
it's going to be in 2020.
2020. Yeah. So
2
it was
years.
2 years.
To settle everything. He's only confirmed a few things.
But he did say that he wants it all to be all up to the fans. So in his announcement, he was kind of asking a few questions like, would you want it to be, commercial free or whatever, or like remove halftime or like kind of stuff like that. But I don't think you should take halftime out of traditional football. But that's just me.
Well, he says it's going to be a quicker game. Now, there was a few competitors that had like 50-yard
hmm
things instead of the normal amount.
hmm
So it's like, if it's going to be like that, don't take halftime out.
Yeah.
But if it's going to be the full football field, it was just going to be a football field, which would make more sense because you wouldn't have to build anything. You would just
Mhm.
use the football stadiums that are there.
Yeah.
Unless that's not allowed. I'm not really sure how that would work.
I'm sure.
Nationwide Arena is not going to turn away more money.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, like, but anyways, if it's faster paced or like the timeouts are shorter or something, or like just it's faster because the NFL there's like what 22 minutes of action or something on average or something. It's like fucking tiny comparative to like a 4-hour broadcast.
I want to say it's like half of what they broadcasted.
I don't
Like,
think so.
You don't think so?
No, because I remember like seeing something. It was like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah. There's just a lot of commercials
It's like
in the NFL.
tiny. They're not only
They're-
commercials. There's a lot of time where they're literally standing on the field doing nothing.
That's
They're
true.
just waiting for the clock to count down.
That's very true.
Very annoying. It's like I'm trying to watch a fun game. Can the game happen?
Yeah.
It's very annoying. And there's what was the pass the punt receive? What was it?
Oh, it was I think it was I watched a video on it, and in the old one it was that you couldn't run during a punt, like whatever. Like if you caught a punt, you couldn't run. Everything stopped and you went and
That would be-
into the new thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
We said that before. We were talking about it before, and I was
Mhm.
like, I like that part specifically.
Yeah, it's intense. Like,
This is fun.
like this guy might run all the way. You never know. And I don't know. It's kind of like that should not be taken out again. But some things in the NFL I can do without for sure.
If you had to pick one thing to do without, aside from commercials, 'cause obviously everybody take out fucking commercials. What would you do? What would you take out of the NFL or put into that you think the XFL might or could or should?
Well, the commercial thing. I think that's going to be a big one. I think that's
I
going
still
to be
think they're gonna.
what
have,
they capitalize on.
I
a
don't think
lot
they
is the
should
commercials.
necessarily take out commercials because that's how they
Um,
make money.
One thing that I would change about the NFL is how many criminals play for the NFL.
Oh, yeah, that was
yeah,
a big
that
part
was
of his
a
announcement
big one.
too.
Yeah.
He was saying, there's only as valuable as the players, and what he meant in a later briefing or something. What was it? Johnny Manziel?
Yeah, Johnny Manziel.
Was like, oh, can I play? Like tweeted him, I guess, and someone asked him about it, and he was like, what about Johnny Manziel? And he's like, well, Johnny Manziel has a criminal record. We're not going to take anybody with a criminal record.
Yeah.
So the answer to that question would be no.
So yeah, I'm really excited for the XFL because it's gonna have a bunch of good people.
I understand athletes. I definitely understand athletes. Watching athletes do their thing is
Mhm.
fantastic. That's the whole fucking point of the whole
Yeah,
thing. But if this dude has been beating his wife for 20 years and the cops know about it, he had jail time, and they're just like, get him out of here, let him play. Why? That's like the only sport. That's the only thing. Say like a politician. Oh, no, never mind. It's not a good. That's not a good place to go.
Yeah, that's not a good.
Let's say a
uh,
politician committed a criminal act. What?
Oh, big thing. Speaking of politics, big thing on the XFL is no politics whatsoever.
That's
Is what they're saying.
Horseshit.
I don't know how they're gonna do that because even if you're like you have to stand for the pledge, that's a political statement, just like you were saying.
What
Like-
I heard. Now I'm not 100% on this, but I think that I heard that in the rule book it is you have to stand for the pledge, or not the pledge, but the.
The pledge.
I
Fucking
pledge
middle school.
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
the
I said
national
that.
anthem.
Retarded
That's
German.
what it is.
Yeah, the anthem.
Yeah.
We had a real hard time with
Just
that
now,
one. We're just like, wow, we're not patriotic.
yeah. If anybody ever sees us, you're gonna be like,
They're like, they would sit. They would kneel. When
fucking liberal assholes.
fucking millennials, dude.
Fucking millennials.
Fucking get on a lap. No, it's written, as far from what I've heard, it's written in the rule book, the very short rule book it is at the moment in the XFL, that you have to stand for the anthem. And I'm like, that is literally a political statement right there. It doesn't have to be, but it is at this moment
Yeah.
because that's such a controversy. It's still that's picking one of those sides. Like, bar none, it's against the rule. If you kneel, you get kicked out. I assume it is some kind of cardinal rule because that's the way they made it sound. So,
I just like. I understand you want to keep that stuff out, but it's kind of like, how do you keep it out?
yeah, there's
Like,
no way.
There's
If
so
you pick
much
one,
going on.
If you say, well, yeah, they can if they want,
Mhm.
that's choosing a side. And then it say, no, they can't at all. That's also choosing a side.
Yeah,
So it's like, you can't.
yeah. You
And be like, all right, take the anthem out. And then be like, what?
that would be like that would still be a political statement.
Yeah, definitely.
like so
That's why
it's
I screamed what?
yeah.
Glee actor. No.
Yeah.
Where's the time here?
At the top, 52, 30.
Okay, we're good. So now we have time. These podcasts are probably going to be an hour long just because that's a good time. But
Yeah, it's not too long, not too short. So.
but going past that, we have time. I don't know anything about this because we didn't prepare. The Cleveland Indians baseball team. Some controversy over the mascot symbol
Mhm.
thing they got going on, which is a Native American chief.
Mhm.
And I think it was literally designed when it was to be generic, so it wouldn't be any one specific tribe.
Yeah. I think just back in the day when they made that, like whenever baseball, like 1930, whenever it was,
The 1922,
it was
America's
like-
pastime.
just everyone used to call Native Americans Indians, but now it's like extremely frowned upon to do.
It's mostly because it's just stupid.
Yeah, it is real
It's
dumb.
Before
I don't
all
understand
this
it.
super politically correct, like half and half, politically correct, incorrect, whatever. But before all that, like huge debate started roaring. When I was telling you this earlier, I remember when I was a kid, when we were learning in history class, how Christopher Columbus came over to get to India, landed, found Indians.
Mm.
They weren't fucking Indians, but he called them Indians. He found out they weren't Indians and still called them Indians. But they were Native Americans and or, not.
Yeah.
The Haitians and
From
all the...
see, when I was a kid, I loved Christopher Columbus, but growing up,
I didn't.
As
As soon as I heard that, I was like, what a fucking idiot.
he got me a day off of school, so
That's true.
Like,
I did appreciate that as well.
But
But really... Martin Luther King,
but
boy.
growing up now, like in the world of 2018 or whatever, it's like on Columbus Day, there's all it is like Christopher Columbus hate. Like
Oh, yeah. definitely.
everyone just hates him. And
Which,
I'm like,
which there are reasons to hate him.
yeah, no, 100%,
I dislike the
100%.
man. But, he's a fucking humongous part of history we cannot
Yeah.
avoid.
Like
Whether
he
whether
abused,
we look at it in a good or a bad way,
Mhm.
he's a huge part of history. Yeah,
Mhm.
it is good.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that he, discovered
Yeah,
America
it's-
for the European Western powers. Like, it's a good thing because that led to me being born right now.
Yeah, that's true.
And all this shit.
But it's
But-
still kind of
It's terrible.
still kind of fucked.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
There's not a goddamn good thing that came out of that, except for what I just said. Contradict yourself. But no, we're back on the Indians. They have a controversy because they have an Indian. I don't know if it's the name specifically. Let's look it up. Go ahead.
Yeah.
But it's the controversy over their. I think it's just their like mascot basically, and it has a name. I just can't remember what it is. I don't think it's Chief or anything, but it's like some kind of name. And it's that they have to change it, and they said no, or they're gonna try to keep the trademark, or something. Is there a news article about it? Is that a video? Don't click on the video.
It's not a video.
Oh, just kidding. What is it? What is the headline? Let's just read the headline and don't read anything else. Dropping offensive Cleveland Indians mascot doesn't solve this. Oh, you played it. You fucked up.
No one can hear it.
I'm just kidding. No one can. They can't hear it.
No, they can't hear that.
Whoa.
So the Chief Wahoo logo. That is what they call that.
Honestly,
Cleveland
looking at the
thing.
logo now, I honestly thought it was something different. That is not that bad.
Yeah, it's
Calling it the Indians is one thing because it's unless you're gonna put an Indian guy up there, or some Hindu god or something.
yeah.
It's just stupid. It's just stupid not because it's offensive. Stupid because it's fucking wrong. It's just
Yeah.
it's just dumb. We were talking about this earlier. What's the Redskins?
Yeah, that's way worse. Okay,
we were talking
that
about the
is
Redskins.
way worse.
My entire life, I didn't pay a single thing of attention to the Redskins. I wasn't an NFL fan. I'm still not technically an NFL fan. I don't like NFL
Yeah.
that much. I watch
But-
college football a lot, but the NFL not so much. So I didn't really pay attention to the Redskins name. But before the controversy, when I started like, becoming an adult and realizing everything in the world and shit, I heard the Redskins. I'm like, it's a fucking retarded ass name. Like the Redskins.
Yeah,
Before all the controversy, I was like, Washington D.C. Redskins. You don't find a problem with that. Like before, like way before. What? And then people defend it when it was like taken. They were like, no, you can't have that. Well, no shit, man. It should have been a common sense thing fucking 12 years ago, 20 years, 30, 40, I don't know, fucking octuple years ago. Octuple.
and
It's just it's not only an offense, it's obviously an offensive thing. It's the Redskins.
yeah,
They're
and their logo is like detailed,
very
like
red-skinned
yeah,
Native American man.
yeah,
And it's just, no. It's very obviously stupid and offensive. And people are like, that's not offensive, man. I'm like, really? Are you fucking retarded? When I was fucking 10, I was like, wow. Redskins? That's kind of offensive.
that's a little
I
offensive.
was 10.
I didn't really know what that meant until I was like, I don't know, like 14.
It was
Because-
much later than 10. But I was
Yeah.
a young man, and then 30-year-old guys were like, that ain't offensive, dude. Shut up. Stop being so politically correct, dude. It's been that way. We can't change it now. Yeah, we can't change it now. Can't change the name of a sports team.
There's so many issues like that though. That's like we've gone this far.
Well, on some
like,
things,
you know.
that argument makes, I won't say sense, because some things it does not.
Mm-hmm.
But some things it makes more sense on. If it's a
Well, I
fucking
agree. Yeah,
sports team name, you can change it.
yeah.
Simple.
You can. Yeah,
It's simple. It doesn't make any sense not to change it. Unless you don't want to. And then you get into
Yeah.
territory where, well, is it fucking racist? All right, change it.
yeah. It's
It's not racist, dude. All right, well, you got a problem.
we won't back down for anybody.
No,
Like,
dude.
it's so
We won't make any money on it
So
now. Well,
stupid.
good for fucking you.
yeah,
You're not making any money, and you're still fucking racist.
yeah.
It's
The
dumb.
capital of the United
The
States.
United States of America, which has made many a mistake regarding Native Americans. That is obvious.
yeah.
And we're just going to be like, nah, keep the Redskins name. Fuck it. Fuck political
it, bruh.
correctness, dude. Ah, look at us. We're so fucking cool. Cancer.
So stupid.
But, yeah. So the Indians specifically. Is it just changing? They want to change the mascot. If they change the mascot to Vishnu or some other Hindu god, I'll be satisfied. But if they're the Native Americans or something, which still doesn't make sense.
Okay, so it says that the MLB, Major League Baseball, they made it to where the Chief Woohoo logo, the
Wow.
logo, it looks like it says Woohoo, Wahoo, something like that. Wahoo.
It's like Yahoo with a W.
Yeah, and that they want to be using that logo on any uniforms, signs, banners, anything like that. Like if somebody tried to bring it into the, the stadium and it had that logo, then get rid of it since they pre-approve signs and stuff like that. But that's
But-
just
So the Cleveland Indians have to wear different uniforms now?
without the logo, without the Chief Wahoo or whatever
You got it right.
on their arm or wherever it is.
Okay, and
on
that's
the
a
back.
problem?
Hmm?
And that's a big deal?
Apparently, it's the logo is the
Okay.
big deal. So
And do you know what they've said since, like, what do the teams say? They're like, nah, fuck you guys, dude.
it looks like the Indians said that, they agree, and it basically said it's a step in the right direction. It's kind of like what they said.
Well, there's
But-
no controversy about it then.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's much of a controversy
Other than people
CNN.
being like, what? Another political correctness move
yeah.
by the fucking pussies over
And
there.
CNN is like, that doesn't change anything.
Well, of course CNN
like,
says that. CNN's like, you can't rewrite history with changing a logo. Well, really?
yeah,
Thank you for enlightening me, because I didn't fucking realize that.
yeah. So stupid.
We can only fix...
I'm sure some
What
people
we're
are
doing
pissed
right
about it too. Some Cleveland
that's-
people are like, what
that's
the fuck?
Well, that's why I bring it up, because this morning, when I was at work, everyone was like, wow, what a bunch of pussies, right? I work with a bunch of, like, older gentlemen. They're just like, wow, Trump's gonna set them straight. I'm like, is that what our president is gonna do?
Our
He's gonna give
president's
a
gonna
fuck about
care
MLB?
about Cleveland.
It's just like, it's the land, dude. It's the land.
It's
It's stupid. I can't think of any more offensive ass sports team names. The Indians is borderline. It's not extremely offensive in my opinion, and it's not like Redskins. Is
Redskins.
offensive.
Just thinking
It's
of
obviously-
Redskins is
Being
so
offensive
much worse.
is fine,
Mhm.
but especially if it's like representing the capital of the fucking nation, that's just stupid. That's stupid.
Yeah,
That's stupid.
I don't. There's some things that are way worse than Indians, obviously.
Is there
and-
any sports teams that you can think of that are other than obviously those two?
No, because most of them are like animals. So it's
Yeah.
and
The Jaguars,
the Jaguars, the Eagles, the Falcons, the Patriots. Just kidding.
the Bengals, the Patriots, the Steelers. That
the
animal is
Steelers.
great.
Um,
No, but they're either inanimate. They're either
they're either
inanimate objects, a group of people, in terms of like what they represent.
like not Redskins.
Yeah,
Like,
hopefully
not that.
We're not going to include Redskins in that discussion. Or animals. That's usually the way it goes. The 49ers. Ting, ting, ting,
Yeah, and the
Ravens.
Chargers. I don't know. Like some of them don't
Some
make
of them
sense.
don't make any sense,
Yeah.
but Chargers isn't fucking racist now, is it?
No, not I.
You're
I
like,
don't think
no.
so. I don't think.
I'm
no.
assuming no. Isn't
Yeah.
the Chargers just like a lightning bolt that goes in?
Yeah, it's just a
That's
lightning
all
bolt.
it is.
That's offensive, dude. Dude,
Donald Trump's gonna set you
know,
right.
you know, my grandpa was struck by lightning. That's fucked up.
You know, dude.
You know. That,
Some people take offense to some cancerous ass shit,
Yeah.
and some people think that taking offense is cancer, which is not true.
I don't
if you
think.
ride those two so fucking hard, where does that leave anything else in the middle?
Yeah,
There's nothing. It's only those two things. What is that? Where's that gonna get you?
I mean, there's some
You're gonna be
things.
pissed at everything you see,
Yeah,
no matter which one of those you're on.
yeah, like, kind of like that girl that we know. Not gonna state any names, but that just gets offended by almost everything.
There are a lot of people like that.
I know there's
that
a
I've
ton
met.
of people, but her
We know a few
being
specifically.
kind of close. Yeah, but
It's just like no matter what you say, you're just gonna get offended. It's just
Yeah.
gonna happen.
It's like,
And it's like, that's impressive. That takes a lot of fucking self-hate to
Yeah.
be offended by fucking
So
everything.
much. Just like, bro, did you just take a deep breath?
You know
During
this
the
is a
podcast,
shallow
dude.
breath only.
Fuck
Dude, your diaphragm cannot expand any more than 2 inches around me. You know it triggers me. How much? What time are we at?
We're over an hour now. 100%.
100. Record.
We're at
1 hour. and 5 minutes?
105.
What time is it? Don't say the time.
It's an hour and 5 minutes after we started.
Fuck. All right, we're gonna close. Numero uno of no. This is gonna be the end here. This is episode 1 of Attention Deficit Podcast. We're planning. It's hopefully gonna be a weekly thing, definitely. And
Next week we can talk about the Super Bowl and
can we?
State of the Union.
Yeah, yeah.
could,
Next
yeah.
week is definitely first thing we're probably gonna talk about the State of the Union.
Yeah.
But these things are going up on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel we just created about 3 hours ago. It's gonna go on iTunes,
SoundCloud, maybe Spotify. If
hopefully
I can figure it out.
Spotify.
Hopefully Spotify. That's the one I want.
And this is today's Tuesday. It's almost midnight. Oh shit,
Mm.
dude! I just told him what time it is.
Oh fuck. They're gonna know, dude. They're gonna know it's not like
It's 11:40.
Thursday
Guys. It's
at 10 in the
11:40. No. Hopefully it's gonna go on Spotify. We might post it Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. One of those. We have to edit it a little bit. We have to do this, that, and the other, and try to get it on things. Yeah.
Cool.
Carly Willie.
Yeah.
We're gonna go and sign off.
All right.
You're like, no, please don't make that noise. It's just that. Oh god, I can't do it. Do the. No.
Hearing that,
All right,
in
that's
my
a
headphones
rule
so
that
bad.
we cannot
Yeah.
do that
Holy
again.
shit.
That was fucking disgusting.
Uh,
All right. See you guys. Hopefully next week.
Yep. See ya.